Hi, good morning, everyone. It's Andrea, the martial arts woman. Hope you're having a great day so far. It's Friday if you're watching this with me live on November 6th. I hope that you're doing well. Join me in a quick cup of coffee. But we are going to do a Bruce Lee quote, and this one I find really interesting because of the times that we're in right now between elections, and I don't want to, please don't post any political things here, but between that and COVID and all of the strange things happening in the world today, I thought this quote was really on it, right? And it gives us hope. This is a quote that reminds us that even in the midst of a chaotic world, there is some hope and there is something that we should look forward to, and it's about opportunity. So let's listen to what Bruce Lee says. He says, "In the middle of chaos lies opportunity." So how many of you have thought of chaos that way? Typically we focus on chaos and we feel chaotic ourselves, or we wonder, how are we going to get through this? This is a crazy time. This is crazy stuff happening. And even in our own lives, and with the COVID and the pandemic and people who are isolated or already suffering from some kind of mental illness, it's been such a really chaotic time. And for all of us, it's so important to remember that even in the midst of chaos, there is opportunity. So it depends on your perspective. And that's one thing that I'm really big on, and that is that your perspective should always be positive and forward-looking, not stuck in today, not stuck in where we are right now, but where are we going personally, and how are we going to grow, and how are we going to make this work for us? So, opportunity, oftentimes when there's some sort of business failure, there's also an opportunity on the other side. It's a difficult balance, because if you're struggling with your business in one sense, you think that that's kind of the end of the way things are going to be for that. But when we step back, for instance, let's take changing times, for instance, like our department stores that are closing, or just stores where you typically go and buy your clothing or whatever. And as some of them close, the opportunity now becomes e-commerce. I went into a store the other day, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're closing, but we're going to keep our online going." So we can see that there's a transition in our world to online. Everything's online. It is an opportunity and a way that you can grow if you have that type of business, and you can do. My whole family's involved in e-commerce and have been for years. And so for them, actually, it's been a time of good growth and the ability to, kind of earn a little bit more money than usual and help people with their shopping and stuff like that. So, chaos is a difficult situation, and so is change. And change is not easy for anyone. But when we put on our martial art hats and we think about martial arts, we know that change is inevitable, and change isn't always bad. We begin as white belts and we change. We think we know everything in the beginning, or we think we don't know anything. And yet, as time goes on, we balance out and we change. And that's what's so important about chaos and opportunity, and that is that we need to balance out. We need to find what keeps us neutralized in a very difficult time. For me, it's been really reaching out, doing a lot more outreach than I typically do. I'm on Facebook Live a lot more with positive messages, because I think it's the most important time and most critical time that we need to remind people it's not time to give up. It's time to change, and it's time to look forward, and it's time to think about how you can improve your life. Maybe this is a quiet time for you because of change and chaos. Maybe you're unsure of where you want to go, but it's a great time to kind of sit down and write down your goals and plan for the future. Plan ahead. Vision is the most important part of success. And when you're in martial arts and you just begin, don't you have that vision Or don't you wonder what that vision will be like at the end of, when you reach your black belt or when you reach some level of expertise and you look ahead with anticipation, you look ahead at first thinking, I'm not sure I can really do this. I'm not sure I can really get there. And yet, you know that if you just start, if you take some small steps, that you will probably get to your goal. Well, it's the same thing with Bruce Lee's quote here. In the middle of chaos lies opportunity. Anytime we're feeling chaotic about ourselves, whether it's fear or worry or anxiety or concern, what we really need to do in the middle of chaos is expect and desire and work toward opportunity. How can you use this time to improve yourself? I'm working on a book right now called How to Start Your Own Martial Art Program. It's about starting a program anywhere. So for those who have struggled or lost their maybe brick and mortar school, maybe there's opportunity to do something else. I actually saw in the news, not the newspaper, I don't read the newspaper anymore. I actually saw on LinkedIn that there was a job opportunity for a martial artist here in Tucson in a private school system. And it was a full-time job in the arts program. And I thought, that's really awesome. That's really cool. So to find opportunity, you really need to look around. You need to investigate. You need to see what's out there. It's time to pursue your passions and dreams. What is it you've always wanted to do? And, if it's martial arts, you can still start martial arts now. I've gone back to my Tai Chi practice on Zoom with my instructor in Florida, and I'm here in Tucson. It's not ideal. It's not the best. He can't see everything that I'm doing, and he can't fix everything, and I can't see every move that he does, but it's something. And so I've created, with a little bit of extra time in the morning in a chaotic world, I've created just a little bit of opportunity for myself to relearn and learn Tai Chi practice. So Bruce is pretty smart because he knows that there's always going to be some chaos, whether it's in our world or whether it's internal. We're always going to struggle with something, and that's just part of human nature. That's part of who we are, and we need to learn to create opportunity from difficult times. And oftentimes for me, that's exactly what's happened when I've broken through a personal obstacle. And then I stand there and I'm like, you know what? I can write a book about this. Or you know what? I can hop on Facebook Live. What can I do with this situation right now? And that's the best that we can do. And I think we can all do it. Don't let the chaotic world really bring you down. Don't let it make you think that there's no opportunity or ability to change for the positive. You have the power to change you. And that's my main message today. You have the power to change you, because in the middle of chaos lies opportunity. So hang in there. Thanks for stopping by if you did. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And, let's keep the world spinning in a positive direction. That's something that we can do. I'll talk to you all again soon. Please check out my blog and podcast at themartialartswomen.com. And also my podcast, the Martial Arts Women Podcast, on all the major platforms for podcasting. And I interview fascinating women, martial art women, all over the world. So I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye for now.